Yo, what's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here on this Money Making Monday here with the Pig Dogs Morning Show. Hey, man, the dog days are here. The dog days are here, man. No, no NHL, no NBA, just baseball. Just
Not
baseball.
even any WNBA.
Not even a dub. It's MLB, and it's a small MLB, 7 games. Dog days, but we love it. We're here. We show up 365. Can let you guys know our opinions, our thoughts, and get y'all the information you know and get y'all in and out of here. Franchise player, it's happening. How you doing?
Doing all right, man. It's good to see you after we missed each other the entire weekend, but we're back. I have a decent day yesterday. Good day in the WNBA. But new month, new money to be made. So ready to break down the card, as small as it may be, but there's still money to be made out there today. So ready to talk about with you guys.
Jay, you're muted. You're muted.
Yeah, I wasn't able to say it yesterday, so I guess I'll say it today. New month, new goals, new opportunities.
There you go.
Where are you?
Sorry, yes, sorry. Middle of the ocean, quite literally. You know,
It literally says it under his name. He's in the middle of the ocean.
Oh, I
in
didn't
the
see it.
middle of
Literally says in the middle of the ocean.
the middle of the ocean, somewhere passing Cuba right now.
Hey, if you could, listen, are you a good swimmer? If you jump off, go to Cuba, get me some cigars, and then come back. I mean, they won't miss you for that long. Imagine Jay just doing a swan dive. Hold on, guys.
He just does like a Jeff Hardy swanton into the water.
Hey, man.
Yeah, I'm
Where
in
are
the
we
middle of
heading?
the ocean passing Cuba. Right now, I think we're headed to the Dominican Republic.
Nice. I used to be a frequent in Santo Domingo. Been there a few times. Love the DR.
I've never been. It's only my first time, so it's like I'm out here 7 days. I'm on this boat 7 days.
Is there a big casino on the boat?
Oh yeah.
How are we doing?
Oh yeah.
Give me one of those. Like this?
I'm down. I'm down $100. I played quick on the craps table. 25 a hand, lost 4 straight hands. I said, I'm out of here. I'm getting the fuck out of here. But I'll be back. I'm gonna get them. The craps table is all about a vibe. You got to catch the right vibe at the craps table. You know, if it's a bad vibe, you got to get out of there. You're ready to go ugly. Catch a good vibe, you could be there all night. So, you know, just chilling. How you doing, Daddy?
Good, man. This is probably the first year for baseball where I've been like really dialed in. I've always been a scoreboard watcher and kind of looking at analytics, but been watching games, had my finger on the pulse. And I don't know, man. I don't know if it's the Mitch effect from last year where he got me so in tune with baseball, because I've always kind of tuned out in my life. It was always A to A, August to April from the big syndicate side. That's really the bulk of the volume. And then summer, they really just chill. But I got into it last year. Feel good about it. Feel like I have a really good understanding of the vibe that's going on day to day. And it's proven dividends, man. The last couple of weeks have been really, really good. So here to keep it going.
Keep it rolling. Let's keep it rolling. Money making Monday, man. A lot's happened since I've been gone. Fuck. Most notably, shout out them Pacers, man. Shout out to Indiana, man. Shout out to them boys. My second and third favorite team matching up in the finals is insane.
Still your second? Oh, you put the Lakers first, right?
Yeah. Lakers.
Fair. Thunder Buddies are locked and loaded.
Yeah,
Locked and
no.
loaded. You see,
Think about it. It's an interesting series. I see a lot of people saying, Thunder in 4, Thunder in 5. While I do think the Thunder are the better team, I just don't see it happening that quick. I don't. I just don't see it happening that quick. I think a lot of people are just blatantly writing off Indiana like they've done for the last 2 seasons, And I think this is going to be a fairly interesting series, way more interesting than people think. Your casual basketball fan probably not as in love with this, 2 small markets, but fuck the casuals, man. If you've been watching hoops all season, the last 2 seasons,
Right.
you know how good these 2 teams are. It's no shock that these 2 teams are in the finals. And I'm ready to see how it plays out, man. I'm ready to see how it plays out.
What I was talking to a couple friends of mine, and we were discussing like the comparison of Lou Dort, because if you go back to the 80s, the 90s, there were some really good lockdown defenders. And what I saw in that series where he made Ant an ant, he literally made him a little ant. He could not produce. He could not get his shot off. He could not get to his spots. And I don't know if you remember, but back in the 80s, there was a guy named Joe Dumars, that was ridiculous defender. He would just take away your number 1 option. So he's obviously going to be on Halliburton, and it's going to be the supporting cast, which the supporting cast has been there for the Pacers. Siakam's been great. Nesmith has been great. These guys have shown up in big spots throughout the Knicks series and the Boston series. So not the Boston, the Cavs series. So I'm excited for sure, but man, the Thunder Buddies are just dialed in right now. It's really hard to fade them. It was hard to fade them all year, being such a good ATS team. But man, I mean, they've done exactly, and they've went through a gauntlet, much harder competition than the Pacers have gone through, in my opinion. You got to get through the Nuggets.
I disagree with that statement. I disagree with that statement.
You're putting Cavs on the same pedestal as the Nuggets.
People forget Cleveland.
Fuck Cleveland.
Yes.
What has Cleveland has done? They had a good regular season. Great. Here.
Yes. Which is
a good regular
season.
Be applied. Talk about playoff basketball.
They had the second best record in the NBA.
Who cares? When do we get records for the regular season? Show me in the playoffs. When it's game 7, you have to play 7 games strategic against the same team. That's when it's men amongst boys.
But the Nuggets, I think people are overrating the Nuggets a little bit. I do. No. They were a championship team 2 seasons ago, but, they've been out in the second round now back-to-back years, So it's like.
They took them to 7, though. It's not like it was a layup. You saw in a 7-game series that you have guys that are like Aaron Gordon made some clutch shots this postseason over and over again. Almost as many as Halliburton did.
No, he did for sure. I think your way of thinking is the general masses way of thinking, where it's like, this is going to be a slog, but it's not the case.
No, I didn't say that. I just think they had a harder road. I think the Thunder Buddies had a harder road.
I don't think so. They were 1 seed. Memphis was a joke.
Yeah,
Memphis was a joke. Memphis fell apart after the break. Look at Memphis's record post All-Star break. In Denver, they fired their head coach. They had things going on internally. And, who did they just beat?
Minnesota.
It's slipping my mind.
Minnesota.
Oh, and Minnesota. I'll give them credit for Minnesota, but I thought the one thing about that Minnesota series was what you talked about at the beginning was, and I talked about ad nauseum for a lot of the series, was Minnesota was fortunate last playoffs and this playoffs to play only offensive teams. They had not played a defensive team or a defensive perimeter team. You go back to last season, they played the Nuggets, offensive team. Anthony Edwards not really pressured on the perimeter. The Mavs, same thing, not really pressured on the perimeter. They lost that one. And then in the first round, I forgot who they played last year. But it was pretty much the same thing. You come to this year, Minnesota played the Lakers. Luka Reeves, Hachimura, that's not a defensive backcourt. So, I just thought Minnesota was kind of, it's not as, I got Minnesota and New York really on the same tier. So, and Cleveland, I got them on the same tier as Denver as of this season. And then who Indiana had first round? They had, no, that was New
Detroit.
York that had Detroit.
That was New York that had Detroit. Indiana had Milwaukee.
Yeah, Giannis. Hell no. Hell.
Oh my God. Not Milwaukee. Not Milwaukee.
Milwaukee is Denver.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
Yes, they are. They won the championship just the year before Denver. They got a superstar player who's the same caliber as Jokic.
Yeah, but they had a much better team. They had Chris Middleton, who was an all-star back then. They had a way more. They had a way better team back then. They didn't need a Lillard on that team. They needed more role players like Middleton to step up and be the Giannis co-pilot. I just think Indiana has been getting a lot of easy threes in this Knicks series, which they were able to convert. There's like 6 guys on the Thunder Buddies that they could throw out that those shots are not going to be easy, man. And you want to run with the Thunder Buddies with their defense? Good luck.
I'm a firm believer that the NBA is not the NFL. I've said this ad nauseum. And all that defense wins championship shit, I personally am throwing that out the window. In football, great defense will almost always overcome great offense. It's just the nature of the game. But in basketball, great offense will almost always overcome great defense. I don't give a fuck how great a defense you play. At this level, these guys can hit shots that you just can't believe. And so it's going to be an interesting style of clashes. It's the number one offense. Yes, it is. The Pacers are the number one offense in the NBA. I think people forget that. Like, they just completely forget that. And the Thunder are the number one defense in the NBA. I also think people forget that the Pacers last season were the number one offense, not in the season, but ever. I've said that. I keep yapping about that point. The Pacers are, statistically speaking, are the best offense the NBA has ever seen by a lot of metrics you look at. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting, man. I think this team is way deeper than just.
Who's better?
That's the thing.
SGA or Halliburton?
SGA.
All right. Then we have J-Dub and Siakam.
Siakam.
But here's the thing. I don't think you can compare that. You can compare those two.
I'm just saying 2 for 2. Now 3 for 3.
No, I know, but I'm saying
Holmgren or
I'm taking Siakam over Dub.
I don't. Siakam
got a
again.
Siakam already had the ring. That's the other thing. Siakam is probably the most disrespected superstar in the league. He already got a ring. He just won conference finals MVP. You know what I mean? Like, this is his second time as the second glue guy for a championship, pushing for a championship. He was the second field piece right there with Kawhi, and he's doing it right now next to Hallie. The most disrespected superstar in the league is probably Pascal Siakam. The thing about the Pacers is they're a team of everybody else's giveaways, and I love that. I love that, bro. Every other team had a chance at all these guys. Halliburton was in Sacramento. Sacramento didn't want him. They kept Fox over him. All right, bet. Come over here to Indiana. We got you. Same thing with Toronto and Siakam. It was a little different, but, Toronto was in kind of a little, weird period. Pacers said, come over here, Siakam, we got you. Lee Smith was in Boston. Come over here, we got you. Nembhard. Like, this is and the togetherness of this team, man. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. I've been trying to tell y'all for a while. I do have a future sticking on the Pacers. I'm not really looking to cash it. I do think the Thunder are the better team. And if you ask me right here, right now, how I had the series playing out, and you hook me up to a lie detector test, I'll probably tell you Thunder in 7. I want to say Pacers in 7 so bad. I want to say it, but I think the Pacers have a chance to win it. It's going to come down to Miles Turner and Siakam. I think in this series, we know how good the Thunder are on the perimeter, but can Siakam and Turner and the extras lift them to where they need to be? It's going to be the multi-million-dollar question. So we'll see.
I think that
that's not an opinion. It's a fact. It's a fact. That's not an opinion. You can go look that up. That's what I'm saying. I'm not just saying that to say that. It's a fact. Sorry,
I think no, it's fine. I think I'm sticking with Thunder in 6. I think that there are going to be a couple games where Indiana shows up and does their thing, but I also think there's going to be a couple games where Halliburton just turns into Houdini and disappears, like he's done in every series so far.
And he's got the best defender in the league on him, so he's going to disappear.
Okay, well, but I'm saying I think there's still going to be a couple games where he's going to disappear, and we've seen the games that Indiana's lost in the postseason have been when Halliburton gets held in check and bottled up. The number that's going to be key in this series is 110. OKC, when they've held teams to 110 points or less in the playoffs, are 10-0.
That's not happening. I'm telling you right now, that's not happening.
I'm just saying this is the key number. 10-0 when they've held teams to 110 points or less. The Pacers are 12-0 when they've. Again, I'm just saying this is the number that matters. The Pacers are 12-0 when they've scored at least 110, and 0-4 when they've been held under 110. So the key number in this series is going to be 110 and how it breaks out.
Last thing I'll say is I think a lot of people remember the Thunder winning the championship last year. I think a lot of people remember them doing that. Quite frankly, I don't. I don't remember the Thunder winning the NBA championship last year. Quite honestly, I don't even remember the Thunder in the NBA Finals. Maybe my memory is just off a little bit. But last time I checked, we saw the Thunder lose in the playoffs last year. And if I go back and check, it was to an offensive team in the Dallas Mavericks who were just able to overcome them offensively. With two of the greatest offensive players this league has seen, in Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving. So all I'm here to tell y'all is, I'm gonna say it one more time: the NBA is not the NFL. The NBA is not the NFL. Hoops and football are two different things. But in hoops, I'm a firm believer that great offense will always overcome great defense. Now, the thing that is, Oklahoma City is also really good offensively. So we'll see if that was able to carry them. But if they think they just going to come in here and lock down Indiana and and win them a championship, nah.
Thunder buddies for life, man.
And
I do.
Just for the sake of history, the Thunder have made it to the finals once, but it was 2011, 2012 when they had
KD, Westbrook, and Harden.
Yeah. But this version hasn't made it. You're right.
I'm just speaking as of last year because everybody is referring to Oklahoma City as some juggernaut. Even the books, minus 750, minus 800 is insane. It's insane. It's insane. So
I think just for the sake of it, just because of where this line is, you got to take a shot on. You either put it on Pacers money line in game 1 or Thunder in a blowout. Because I don't see the spread factoring in. I don't see the points factoring in here.
I'll say what's nerve-wracking for me in this series is, like you said, can Indiana still win on the road? And Oklahoma City has been some shit on the road this postseason. They've been terrible. Terrible. So if Indiana could steal one in game 1 or game 2, like they've been able to do in the first round, the second round, and the third round, this could be a very different series than many people think. That's another thing. Shout out to Justin. Rick Carlisle, been there, done that. Rick Carlisle was the coach of the team that won the most improbable championship ever, Remember who was the coach of the 2011 Dallas Mavericks when they went up against the Miami Heat and everybody fucking thought that it was over? It was going to be. I wonder what the series line in that series was. It probably had to be like minus 1100. We saw Rick Carlisle coach of, an oddball style team at the time to a championship, and many people still look at that as one of the best championships of all time. So I'm just saying, and coach of the Thunder, young coach, never been here, never done that. I like him. I like him a lot. I like him. But we'll see. We'll see. We shall see. That is my thought.
Well, but
I like that stat you gave, though.
No, but see, here's the other thing, though. You said that the Pacers have to steal one in game 1 or 2, like they've done in round 1, round 2, and round 3. Well, what else they've done in round 1, round 2, and round 3 is lost game 3. So
Sure.
Realistically, they'll have to steal 4 out of 6 if that's going to continue, and it's going to be tough. Like doing so in OKC. So I'm with you. They obviously have to steal one somewhere down the line, but I think it's just going to be about sort of picking their spots. If that's the case, I think they'll have to win 2 in OKC if they drop game 3 again. So
good luck. It could happen. I'm not saying it doesn't. I think it's a great conversation. It's a great argument. In my opinion, I think it's going to be Pacers are going to lose in 6. Pacers are going to lose in 6. Just based on the home court. That's where I'm playing it. Pacers will. I don't think they're going to steal one in the first 2. And I wouldn't be surprised, but these Pacers ball out in spots they're not supposed to. They come out.
I will be on Indiana money line game 1. That is
you're out of your mind. You're lost your mind.
From a value perspective, it's.
How is that a value perspective?
Because why is a team that's in the finals minus or plus 9 in game 1? Even though I get it, it's the Thunder.
On that money line game 1, I swear to God.
I just said it's either going to be Pacers money line or it's going to be a Thunder blowout. I said the points aren't going to factor here.
Why aren't the points going to factor in?
It's not going to be a close game. Because it's probably going to be an adjustment period for Halliburton to what he hasn't seen from the Knicks, the Cavs, like you guys just talked about, the defense that's that the Thunder have executed and what's led them to so many blowout wins. If the Pacers don't get the outright win here, it's because Halliburton disappeared in game 1. And maybe if they're going to win a game, it's going to be in game 2 when he makes the adjustment to that defense.
I disagree. I think they come out punch up and see it out.
I'm just saying if it is, that's how it happens.
They struggle against offensive teams that are really, really good offensively.
No, they struggle
really good offensively.
A good big man, a team with a good big man that can pass consistently and create.
You're just talking about the Nuggets, and no, they've
struggled against those.
That's not the case though. Last year in the playoffs, what did they lose to? Did the team they lost to in the playoffs have a dominant big man that was creative? No, they didn't.
I still believe last year there's a lot of younger guys. It's lack of experience. This is a different team now that have molded and gelled together, that have played together for a couple years. The experience is what I was worried about. The experience, they have it.
Same thing with Indiana.
I agree.
I'm on that money line game 1, man. We saw them shock the world in all 3 series in game 1. They shocked the world. Why can't they do it one more time?
Playing trash competition.
I don't know.
By the way, the finals odds from when the Mavs won the title in 2011, take a guess.
They were like plus 900. Had to have been.
At the beginning of the series? Less?
Plus 750?
Less.
400?
Less.
250?
Less.
Hell no, I don't believe
I swear to you, the Heat were minus 180 favorites. The Mavs were plus 160.
I don't believe that.
I'm telling you right now. It was according to Bodog. The Heat were minus 180 to win the series. The Mavs were plus 160.
Biggest NBA finals. Interesting. So the Thunder are the biggest ever. Let's see. That's crazy. Last year, the Celtics are minus 225. The year before that, the Nuggets were minus 430. Golden State in 2017 was minus 2,000. God damn. That's interesting.
Yeah, they were either minus 170. The Heat were either minus 175 or minus 180, depending on the book.
Yeah. Shout out to the Mavs. All right, man. We can talk some baseball now. We can talk some baseball. Y'all know I love talking hoops, and I ain't been here, so I'm going to talk to hoops. we don't got no hoops till Thursday, sadly. So baseball will carry us through. We got some dub tomorrow. Speaking of baseball, though, 7 games today. First one on the board, we got the money Marlins. Minus 200, minus 190. Do your line shopping over the Rockies. I was able to see those money Marlins in person on Friday. So that was cool. They got the dub 1-0 over the Giants. They robbed like 2 home runs. That was a crazy game to be at. Saw the bobblehead Hall of Fame. Saw the Orange Bowl Memorial. So, yeah, man. Shout out to the Marlins. Minus 200 today, though. Yeah. We shall see.
Money, Marlins.
Money, Marlins. We got the Angels and the Red Sox. Tyler Anderson and Fitz. And we got the Brew Crew and the Cincinnati Reds. Aaron Savale versus Brady Singer. Chris, how you feeling?
Yeah, I just hope Fitz doesn't get a start against the Angels on the other side of Yusei Kikuchi, because there's we all know the Angels bit, but I mean, Dick Fitz. Let's see here, but I'm gonna go with the Angels in that one. The Red Sox haven't hit lefties very well. They're just not in a good run of form right now. I know the Angels aren't playing well themselves, but Anderson, I've said it before about Tyler Anderson. He is normally the starting pitcher for the Angels with a lot of their victories this season. They have 26 wins, and I think that Tyler Anderson has been the starting pitcher for like 8 or 9 of them. So I think the Angels could have a solid start from Anderson here, get it done. Or even if you just want to take him first 5, if you don't trust that Angels bullpen, I don't blame you. But on the other side, the other matchup, I'm going to go with the Milwaukee Brewers over Cincinnati. Brady Singer's pitched better at Great American somehow, but I just the Brewers are hot, and I just don't want to step in front of them right now. I know Aaron Savali's had an issue with home runs in the past. Kind of why I was on his fade train for a lot of the years, but I just think that I don't want to step in front of the Brewers right now. So as long as Savali can be serviceable, be good enough for me. Give me the Brewers.
Cassie Durant.
I'm taking the Marlins on the run line here. Marquez has been a shell of a human. He was their only bright spot at home in the recent couple years, but he has just been off his game. The team sucks. The Marlins have been there's a reason why they're such a big favorite at home, and it backs it up with better starting pitching, better bats of late. The Rockies on the road are just a dumpster fire of a team. So I'm going to take the Marlins on the run line. And then I'm sticking with Boston here. I think Boston has what I saw in that series over the weekend against really good pitching by the Braves. They won 2 out of 3. The Angels have been playing much better of late now that they got Trout back, and they have been winning games on the road. I still just don't trust them nearly as much. Fitz, probably give them 3 to 4 innings. The relief staff has been pretty decent. Roof said they're not as good against lefties. I don't see that. Maybe of late he's looking at it, but overall against lefties this year, they're hitting close to 5 runs a game, batting .258. So I'm not too worried about that. I'm going to take the Boston Red Sox here laying the 150. Nothing in that.
I'm looking at the last 10. They're hitting 206.
Okay.
I'm gonna lean with Roof and take the Angels here. I'm just playing the odds. That's all I'm doing. The Red Sox 16-14 at home this season, 50-50. Angels 16-17 on the road this season, 50-50. In my mind, 50-50 game. Like Roof said, the Angels have played really well behind Anderson this season. I'm just attacking the odds, plus 130-ish. Boston did play well against the Braves in that last series, but I haven't been impressed with Boston, really. I just haven't been impressed. I thought this was a team that was going to have a much better season this year. And just when you expect them to do something, they let you down. And I think they let a lot of folks down today. I'm going to take the Angels. I'll take the Halos and Ron Washington. How about Jay Ram? No, he's a monster. He's just a monster. How do you get walked twice, intentionally walked, and still hit a home run? Still come back and hit a home run. You gotta love Jay Ram, man. Marlins Rockies. You damned if you do, you damned if you don't. Minus 200 with the Marlins is insane. But betting on the Rockies, who only got 9 wins, is also insane. I saw a stat yesterday that said Scotty Scheffler has the same amount of wins in the month of May that the Rockies did. 3. You know how insane that is? The Rockies play every damn day. Scotty Scheffler plays, 4 times in a month? And he still came out here with the same amount of wins that the Rockies did. Patty playing to financial freedom. What's happening?
I heard the Rockies. I had to run in here.
Fuck the Rockies.
That's your team. Do they turn it around or are they just poverty?
So I told Al in yesterday's video that I did with him, if you look at the Rockies, because his free pick was Miami today. If you look at the Rock, whoever they're playing, is that who they're playing?
Yeah.
They have never lost 10 games in a row the whole season. So every time they approach that number, they snap, they hit again. How many have they lost in a row now?
8.
Getting close, baby. They've never lost 10 games in a row. Even with that record, they've managed to slip in one of those 9 games. Also, I don't know if you guys watched the video we did. You probably didn't. The worst team, did you see the video we did?
No.
2003 Detroit Tigers. They won 43 games in a 162-game season. So Colorado Rockies are going to beat that record.
Until last year.
What do you mean?
The White Sox.
Oh, right.
White Sox.
How many did they win last year?
41.
Yep. 41, right.
First time for everything.
See if they win 20 games this year for the Rockies.
No, they're doing good. They have 9.
You know how many times the Rockies have been swept this season? And we're only 50 games in.
So I ran the numbers with Al. If you bet them plus 1.5, their record's 10 games better. So they lost 10 games by 1 run of their 50 losses so far, which you could have easily flipped the other way.
Yeah. But the amount of times they've been swept this season.
Pathy I got the Chrome Hearts, baby.
Chrome Hearts final boss.
That's it. It's funny. I've been buying Chrome Hearts for 20 years.
Jay's on a cruise. He's in the middle of the ocean.
I'm a wimp out. I'm gonna just take the Marlins money line. I'm a wimp.
What island are you near, Jay?
Wow.
Cuba. He's in Cuba. He's gonna
You in
swim.
Cuba? You going in?
You said what?
He's gonna.
Where are you at? Which island can you
We're
see out the
passing
window?
Cuba right now.
Nice.
He's
We're
gonna
passing
swim over.
Cuba right now. So.
I've been to Cuba. It's very fun. You're not going to Cuba, are you, on this cruise?
No. The ship does not stop in Cuba.
For those that know that.
Yeah, we do not stop in Cuba.
Cuba's tight.
Jay, watch the phone, man. Watch the phone.
Woo!
Don't drop it. Don't drop it.
You hear
It's
all
my
these
laptop.
stories? Handicapper fell overboard.
Handicapper had the capper flu and just jumped overboard.
Yes, sir. So I'm gonna just go Marlins money line. It's wimpy, but Chris may love Savale, but I don't. Give me the Reds in a lean at best. That's all I like here in this first slot. I don't really love today. I know. Kind of a
Not a
chill
big
day.
card.
Yeah, just 7 games. I only got one. I only got one play officially. I might add another. But speaking of the second half of the card, we head over to Chicago, where the White Sox are plus 170 today. They got Cannon on the mound versus Flaherty. We got the Padres versus the Giants. Kolak versus Logan Webb. We got Joe Ryan, the ace, the all-star, according to Chris, versus the Athletics and Luis Severino. And the last game of the night, man, we got the Los Angeles Dodgers versus the New York Mets. And Mama, that fucking man is back today. That man is back today. Paul Blackburn on the mound for the Mets today. Turn me up.
First start.
Yes, sir. Gossy, how you feeling?
I'm going to go with the Padres plus money here. The Giants have only scored 2 runs a game over their last 10. They're just not hitting the ball well. They barely squeaked by the Marlins here in the last series over the weekend. They got swept by the Tigers. I mean, again, they've had very subpar competition on this extended road trip. They're now back. First game of the series in the road trip. I mean, at the homestand, and they've been sub 500 in the first game of the series, while San Diego's been playing much better ball. They're 12-7 in the first game of the series. I'm not obsessed with Kolek here, but he's been serviceable. Logan Webb has been solid for them, sub 3 ERA, but I'm just not laying 180 with them. I think it's a coin flip of a series, and the Padres bats woke up finally. I actually had them on the run line yesterday. They woke up late in that game and they won by 2 against the Pirates here. So I trust the Pirates here to get me a dub plus money. I'm going to do the under in the Minnesota Athletic series. I think both really good starting pitchers here. You see a low score, probably like a 4-3, 5-3 game. Not ready to back the Twins yet on the road. They've been 50-50 of late after that crazy run, and just don't trust them yet. And even though Athletics play better on the road than at home, I'd just rather just take the under in this game than take a shot with either side. That's it for me.
Yeah, I'm not totally in love with this back end of the slot either. This is what I will do. I'm gonna take some plus money shots is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take the White Sox money line. I know, very unpopular opinion. The reason I'm gonna do it is the White Sox have 18 wins this season. 12 of them are at home. They're 12-15 at home this season. So they're basically 500 at home. They're bettable at home. What makes me nervous is how good the Tigers are on the road. The Tigers are 18-13 on the road. So, but playing the odds, I'm not mad at nobody taking a shot on the White Sox at home. Not mad at nobody. I really want to do it, but I don't know if I end up doing it. Padres, Giants 17-9 at home. They're a different team, Monster and Animal at home. Fadeable on the road. At home, typically rock with them. I don't love the price at minus 180, but that's the way I would lean. I'll probably go, give me a Giants, Marlins 2-team parlay. That's what I'll do. 2 huge favorites that I don't really want to just lay the money line with by itself. I'll pair them up and pray they both come out of there with dubs. I trust Logan Webb at home. I trust the Giants at home. Padres, 13-14 on the road. They're okay, but it's a Giants spot in my mind, in my opinion. Athletics, Twins, neither team plays well in this situation. Like Kasi said, the A's are terrible at home, 9-19 this season. Minnesota, 13-19 away. They have played well behind Ryan this season. Severino, this hasn't been what he thought it was going to be when he came over here to Oakland. I would lean Minnesota, but it's a lean. Y'all know I'm for sure on the Mets tonight, though. I'm for sure on the Mets tonight. Paul Blackburn on that mound. Mr. Plus Money is what I like to call him. Y'all know how many times we cash plus money with Mr. Plus Money and Blackburn. He was our favorite pitcher in Oakland. We came over to the Mets last season, looked serviceable. This is first start of the season, and it's a tough place to make your first start on the road against the Monstars. Monstars, of course, are a different team than Animal at home. They're 21-9. But I'm not the biggest Justin May fan. You know, these two teams have already played 3 times this year. The Mets lead the season series 2-1. I'm playing the odds here. I think Blackburn will be serviceable. I think the Mets can probably get to May a little bit. This feels more like a 50-50 game than the odds may suggest. I might be a little off base here, but I'm attacking plus money with the Mets. That's what I'm doing personally. I think they steal game 1, and then the rest of the series would be interesting. So, my thoughts. Chris?
First off, before we get into this, how can I forget to ask you, but don't ever question me on the knock's going to get his ass lit up bit.
He got crushed. He got blitzed. He got fucking blitzed. I couldn't believe it.
Blitzed.
He tried to one up Brandon Fott.
Fox said, "Hold my beer."
Did you see how many home runs were hit on Saturday?
Oh, God.
Over 40 home runs were hit on Saturday.
Man. The reason I say, quickly, sorry, I say 50-50 because the Mets got the better record this year. The Mets got a better record than the Dodgers do. So I think I don't think it's exactly 50-50, but I think it's more 50-50 than the odds suggest, is what I said. So that's why I'm doing it.
We might be sending Knock to the AAA Pick Dogs team.
Man, he might got to move down in the rotation. You know, right now he's 2 behind Scoop.
He's getting the Taiwan treatment to the bullpen.
Yeah, he's getting the
no.
Yep.
One bad outing. We're not gonna send him to.
That is the equivalent of betting a minus 500 favorite. It's going to take you 5 games to make up the damage from that one start.
You got Scooble, you got Woo, you got Imanaga. These are all ahead right now. Jorge Kirby. That's 4. And then
Kirby been terrible to start too. Kirby been terrible.
Yeah, but he wasn't up there. He was already 5.
Yeah.
We might just have to run a 3-man rotation for all bullpen games.
Lazardo too.
Skeens.
I think we let Skeens off. I think we did.
He wasn't like our guy. Like everybody.
He's not a bit.
Yeah, he's not a bit.
Yeah.
I'm telling you who's going to shoot up the rankings is Yus Coochie. That's like it's.
No. What you like here in this slot?
I like the over in that Dodgers Mets game. I think the Dodgers win it in the end. I think that Blackburn, there's no rougher spot for you to make your debut than against the Dodgers team that just cranked out 26 runs in the first 2 games of that series against the Yankees. So I'm not saying that Blackburn's going to reach Luzardo status, but I think that's going to be a new term, by the way. Yeah, I got to go.
You know where we go with this. We just make a new knock joke.
We call him a fat Luzardo.
No, we just call him. We make a new knock joke.
Knock, who's there? SWAT just kicked your door in.
Yeah, the SWAT.
SWAT team.
The SWAT
you just got the SWAT team.
Who's there? Jesus who? Jesus, the SWAT team is here.
At least, okay, yeah, that's someone just said. At least Luzardo recorded an out.
Oh,
Brandon Fox.
Yeah, man, get y'all laughs out, man. When Luzardo coming and lead them Phillies to a deep playoff run this season, I don't want to hear it. I don't want y'all to try to jump back on.
I ain't holding my breath because it's almost lunchtime. Okay, so I ain't holding the.
No.
Oh, thank you.
The SWAT team is here.
Yeah.
Knock the
Knock,
door.
knock. SWAT here.
Jesus who?
Okay, I see some.
Jesus Luzardo. Hold on. Boom! Just knock the SWAT teams here. Does Jesus live here?
Costy, you're going down a dangerous road.
Hey, y'all are terrible. Y'all own one today. I see what all y'all. Y'all own one.
Yeah. See, I'm not the only one that sees it. Okay. I'm just making sure.
Yeah. No, that was insane. Yeah, no,
I'm gonna take the over there. I think Blackburn's gonna get hit for a few runs. Dustin May he's been better at home, but I think he still gives up a few. In the end, I think the Dodgers win it. But I think the over 9 is probably better.
Yeah.
That's the one I tried to not pull out.
That's way better.
I tried to not pull that out.
it's funny. It's too funny. It's too funny. I gotta give him credit. That's funny as hell.
Hey, the best bits come up from the comments.
That's why I said when Costy was going down a slippery slope there, I was like, hey, easy.
Yeah.
Knock. Who's there? Jesus? Who's there?
Some people were mad at mine over the weekend. I said the Halle band that took down New York.
No, okay.
But that wasn't you. There was a lot of memes out there.
Yeah.
That was the internet. That was the internet. I just joined in. You know what you're signing yourself up when you come to this show.
Yeah. I mean,
you know what you're signing up.
Three guys that have been not afraid to light a match near a gas pump.
You feel me?
Giants, Padres. I'm going to take the under. Giants offense we just talked about. Okay. Sorry, hold on.
I've been seeing that too. I've been seeing it.
You guys are going crazy today. Okay, anyways.
NBA Twitter is insane.
Oh, yeah, it's ridiculous. Giants, Padres under. Logan Webb outstanding at home. He got rocked by the Royals in his last start at home and still has an ERA just over 1 at home this season. I think he can hold the Padres in check, but the Giants offense against Miami was abysmal. So under 7.5 is a play for me there. I could easily see 4-3, 3-2, something like that. So give me the under. And give me the Tigers on the run line. I don't trust Jonathan Cannon. I don't trust this White Sox offense. I know Jack Flaherty has been on brutal on the road, and the Tigers haven't won many of his starts. I get that, but at a certain point, I just got to take the better team, the team that I trust more.
Don't they still have the best record in baseball?
I think they still do. I think it's it's not the best, it's like second best. And like I said, Flaherty hasn't been great on the road. I'll concede that, but the White Sox haven't been great anywhere.
They do. 39-21 is best in baseball. Mets are second, tied with the Cubs at 37-22.
If you told me that the Tigers would have the best record in baseball through 60 games, I might have.
Bro, no. Pause. You got to put it in. The Tigers, the Mets, and the Cubs would be at the top of baseball.
No, but I'm just saying. If you told me one team was going to be at the top of the list through 60 games, and you told me the Detroit Tigers, I would have said you need to be checked in, because I wouldn't have believed it. But the Tigers, the Mets, and the Cubs top 3, that's even more insane. That's we're bordering on like aluminum tin hat theory.
We're in a simulation. I don't know when I entered into the new timeline that I'm in. I want to go back to the old one. The timeline got messed up and Luka got traded. That's when I really realized I entered a new timeline. So, look, this new one is weird. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Hey, man, we covered it all. All 7 Major League Baseball games. We talked 20, 30 minutes on Pacers and Thunder. That's really all to talk about today. We got the Stanley Cup Finals coming up on Wednesday. The rematch of last season, Oilers and the Panthers. I saw ticket prices for the Panthers game was like $800, which is insane. Right.
No, don't even. No, I'm
And
saying don't even get me started because a finals ticket, if the series was in Toronto, a nosebleed is $3,000.
no, I know, but but the Panthers though, 800, like they usually get
When
them
the Panthers, when the Panthers were winning the division or President's Trophy a few years ago or something. First of all, no, nothing on the AHL for me. I haven't been paying attention to it. When the Panthers were like killing teams, and they had one of the best records in hockey. They had a commercial still going for 4 tickets, 4 T-shirts, and 4 hot dogs for $99.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Only the
I
last.
would do that just to have 4
part is
seats for
true,
myself.
Yeah, Chris only listened to the last part. Hot dogs.
Leave it to Costi to be focused on the wiener.
Yeah. We made it, man. We made it. So yeah, that's what we got going on tomorrow. We got some WNBA back, Commissioner's Cup. Me and Chris will break that shit down. Let y'all know my thoughts.
Before we get into the last part of it, what's your take on that Liberty beatdown?
I was just so mad at myself that I didn't put it in. Like
That's what she said.
Yeah, that is what she said. But I was just so mad at myself, bruh. Like, best team in the league versus the worst team in the league. We knew that shit was finna happen. Like, come on, man. Liberty is that good. I've been telling y'all for 2 seasons how good the Liberty is. Liberty. I love the Liberty, man. I love that team. I saw something funny. They said, I saw somebody tweeted, I forgot who it was. That don't be on Twitter. Like, New York hasn't won a major championship since 2011. Stop. They got one last year, bro. Liberty. They got one last year in the New York Liberty. They are major. But yeah, man, that's it. Chris, franchise, what you got going on today, my man? What thoughts for you?
Yeah, coming off a great weekend. Today I got my $15 MLB pickoff play. We cashed that yesterday with that over in the Blue Jays and A's game, and I'm trying to run it back today. So I got my best bet on the board, $15, and I got my top total for 25. Small card for me today, but we're going to get right back to it later in the week with more WNBA, NBA Finals, NHL, and obviously MLB. So hop on something long term, pair me up with Jay or pair us up with any of the other handicappers at the website, and let's make you some money. Use that promo code PICK at checkout, get 15% off.
Do it. Hop on with the franchise player, man, and continue to kick the crap out of the books. Costi, what's going on at Safer Syndicate Group?
So for the entire summer, I'm exclusively working with Jay Yang for the Yangle. It is a MLB program rated system. If you're interested and you've been watching the video series, he is very smart and educational, and you will really find it entertaining to win a lot of money in baseball while most people sleep on baseball. The guy is super dialed in. So if you're interested, text me. You can find my number on the video that we do or on Premium Picks, Safer Syndicate Group. Hit me up.
I thought I froze for a second, but it's him. Yeah, I know my internet kind of spotty.
I just didn't move. I didn't freeze.
I'm just sitting here like,
I was waiting for him to take me off the solo.
Okay.
Yeah, no, mine a little choppy. It might have been me.
Bueller.
There's no script for this show. We don't script it. It just kind of goes with the flow.
Yep. For me today, fellas, I got one play, one and only $19 Major League Baseball play of the day. My Major League Baseball pop-up pod best bet. Even though I haven't done a pop-up pod in like over a month, I might do one. It's a light week. I might do one. I ain't got too much going on, so we'll see. Not today. Maybe starting tomorrow. We'll do a pop-up pod. Being a little bit. It's called a pop-up pod for a reason. It's called pop-up. But yeah, one play for me in Major League Baseball today. $19, looking to cash it. Let's do the damn thing. Let's do it. That's all I got for you. One play. In and out. I like tomorrow's card much better. I was already looking at it earlier between the MLB and WNBA. So 7 games. No need to go balls to the wall today. I'm on vacation. I'm chilling. Try to cash one, get in, get out. Feel me? Parlay time, no fellas. Parlay. Chris, you got me.
Let's go with the Angels money line and the under in Giants Padres. And for a third leg, just a optional kicker, over 4.5 upside down pineapples on Jace Cruz.
Whoa!
You want to know what?
Google it.
I know what it is.
Over.
Over. I've seen. I was actually kind of surprised how many pineapples I've seen in this group. I'm actually,
You should just do it like this. If you just put the upside down Pick Dogs logo,
Oh my God.
you know you're in business.
I was actually surprised by how many pineapples I've seen in this group. That's what I'm saying.
Damn it! I mispriced the line.
Man, why was this cruise so cheap? I gave you a really good price.
What you got, parlay today, Costa?
All right, let me cook something up for you guys. This is the upside down pineapple parlay.
Oh God.
So you know it's going to be juicy and slippery.
Costi.
Yeah,
Padres money line, Mets money line, and Brewers money line.
My joke was like towing the line. Yours just like butt scooched across it. You were like,
y'all both is terrible. Like, just terrible. Oh man. For me, I'm gonna go with.
That's the Diddy oil parlay.
I guess it's something. It's something. I'm gonna go with the Marlins money line, and who was the other one? The Giants. I think it's Giants. Wimpy, but I like it. A little two-tamer. If you want plus money, you can go with the plus money would be Angels money line, White Sox money line.
Stay safe out
That's
there,
what I would
Jay.
do.
Seems like there's
I'm trying. I will.
There's a lot going on that cruise.
That's it. That's all, ladies and gentlemen. We did it.
What franchise is sick right now?
We made it to the end of the show. Somehow, some way, we made it.
somehow with only 7 baseball games, we managed to go 58 minutes.
7
There was more.
games.
There was more total line jokes than actual.
That's how we like it on a Monday.
Yeah. Hey, that's why I look. Well, man, money making Monday, man. Any final words from y'all fellas? What we got here?
I'm speechless at this point.
Just count the pineapples.
Just count the pineapples. What's the over-under in pineapples on the cruise?
See y'all tomorrow. I don't know. If I was setting a line, I hadn't really just like gone to every floor, but on my floor specifically, I would say I've already seen 4, 5. I've already seen like 5.
Oh, damn. Okay. Jay's on that floor. All right.
I don't know. I thought I was on a family floor until I realized I wasn't.
Jay's like, I keep hearing a knocking, but there's no one at the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I would take the over. I'll take the over. Hey man, I'll do a little exploring today. I'll let y'all know tomorrow.
Hold on. You can't say you're going to do some exploring after you just said what we just talked about. Okay.
No, do not. Do not.
I'm gonna do a little exploring. I'm gonna let y'all know what happens tomorrow, man. Make it a winning day. Any words, Cosby, Chris? We get out of here?
I've already said enough.
Me too. See y'all tomorrow, man. We out here. Peace.